Hello, we are back with some community readings today. So last time we did these community readings, I read on 3 topics, family, career, creativity, I think. And so you might have concerns about all 3 topics or 1 or 2 of the topics. So these are general, and by general I mean for anybody. Today, our community readings are going to concern health, money, and love. Whatever that means to you. I've got out my Sasuraibito deck. I've got my Morgan Greer deck. I've got my Sharman Casselli deck with the hot pink backs. So why don't we start with health? So if you have a question about your health, something going on medically, however, you will not receive medical advice here. Anything like that, physical or mental health, this is the reading. We're going to do a 3-card reading. And let's see if I can shuffle. Lisa Pepez did a hashtag, and one of the prompts was, how do you shuffle? Well, with these big, thick, heavy decks, I have to divide them up into a few. I divided up into a few. All right, that's our first one. Health. That's our second one. Here's our third one. I don't usually pull out the ones that pop like that, but seemed insistent. 7 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and Death. Not exactly what you want to necessarily see in a health reading. So if this health reading is for you, I'm going to say that you definitely have health concerns, and they that are heavy on your mind and body probably. The 7 of Swords shows that there's a myriad of things happening. There are a number of different things happening, and there may be some uncertainty about how or about what is happening and what is going to happen. The 4 of Pentacles advises us to conserve energy. And if you are in the United States, having health difficulties can really take a toll on your financial situation. That's the crappy reality of healthcare in the United States. So the 4 of Pentacles is advising you to conserve your energy, probably also to watch your money, and take care of yourself first. The Death card is not a physical death. Let's see if I can get this out of the glare. What it does speak to is a longer road to health, or to the new way of being healthy. I feel like although we have this figure here and we have the skull, there's something growing up. There's new life. There's a new situation at the end of the road. It's just that the road is long and it's difficult and it's hard to know exactly what to do. But the 4 of Pentacles is telling us to take care of ourselves and to conserve what we have, conserve what you have and what you need. There's the 7 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and Death, key 13 for our health reading. Let's look at money. Again, you're not going to get financial advice from this tarot reading. We'll use this Sharman Casselli for our money. I'm going to see if I can't shuffle it all together. I used to could. There we go. Okay, so we're going to read for money and finances. wealth, health, wealth, and love. Okay, let's see if we can get that out of the glare. There we go. Queen of Swords, Page of Wands, and Four of Pentacles. We had a Four of Pentacles in the other reading too. It's interesting. Here's our theme for today. We'll see. So the Queen of Swords, and to an extent also the Page of Wands, are telling you to look at your money, your financial situation, what's your cash flow, with a clear and unemotional eye. You want to be truthful with yourself about what is going on, what your situation is, whether it's good, bad, getting better, getting worse. And I think she's speaking about looking at your situation in the here and now. She's not looking out towards, she's contemplating this sword, and she is firmly situated in her situation. And her message is, what is going on? Be your own accountant, in a way. Be your own bookkeeper. As if you had hired a bookkeeper who you hired to look at your money and tell you what your situation is, but has no real emotional tie, has no emotional buy-in to the situation. That is the attitude you need to take. Make your budget, figure out where your money's going, stuff like that. And you need to do it in almost a cold way, a cold, sharp, clear way. And that is the Queen of Swords. Now the Page of Wands is more, I think he's kind of giving us a little bit of hope for the future. He's looking, his wand is kind of pointing out beyond the card towards the future. He's looking beyond. And I feel like the wand is looking this way and he's kind of looking out over the hills. He's offering a little bit of hope. He has on his tunic these suns. You see them? There's all these suns on the tunic. And the sun can be a symbol, it's a symbol of creation. If you are clear about your situation, that in and of itself will give you some idea of your future and how your future can be better, how you can make your future what you want it to be. Now the Four of Pentacles, I feel like the Four of Pentacles gives us, like so many cards, a message and a warning. My setup is so crude. The glare is this overhead light, which is a beautiful, wonderful light for working, but it really shines. After, we've taken stock of where we are, look towards the future for where we want to be. He is actually making his way there. He's almost there. He has acquired some wealth. It's in this box. And he's holding it close. He's still looking for, towards more or other avenues of his life. That's the message. That's the hope. Now the warning of this card is he's holding everything too dear. He can be holding everything way too close. And I think what a lot of people have found is that if you are generous, if you're giving to a charity or helping someone out, even if it seems like you can't afford it, all of a sudden you have money. It's kind of an uncanny thing. So the warning here is don't forget. Don't forget where you came from or who has helped you along the way or that you had help along the way. Don't forget that. You need to also lend a helping hand and show some generosity. Don't hold it too close because he will be stuck. If he doesn't get off, if he doesn't loosen hold of this pentacle, he's going to be stuck exactly where he is, sitting on this trunk with no good. Well, for now, he's okay, but going forward, it's not sustainable, this type of attitude. I think in this reading, though, that the Queen is our key. Take a better look at her. Our Queen with her 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 intellectual approach is the key to know, take a good hard look at what the situation is, and it may not be awesome, but you still have to be aware. Okay, what's next? Love, romance. We'll use our Morgan Greer for that one. I find it, I find this a little bit of a sexy deck. Bridging. Okay. Love. Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. So, to me, this shows we have the Page of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the King of Cups. And this is giving us a maturing, an emotional maturing. The Page of Cups is kind of represents this sweet, almost innocent beginnings of an affair, of the falling in love. And then we move to the King, who is a much more emotionally mature person, which is what you want. It's one thing to it's one thing for your first sweetheart to have kind of like that innocence and emotional immaturity, but by the time you're in your 30s or 40s, married with children, etc., you and your partner need to have gained some emotional maturity to remain stable. And the Four of Wands shows us this joyousness and the stability. Fours are a very stable number. The castle is built on a rock. This is a card of joy and stability. And by that I mean in the relationship. We're just talking about the love relationship. I never going to notice just how tulipy this page is. Can't see nothing with this glare. But, he's got tulips, and then the sleeves are almost made of tulips, and then he's got the leaves on his tunic. So I think if you are looking for advice from this spread, the advice would be is to look for this progression. If you're at the beginning of a relationship, unsure if it's going to go anywhere, if this person is going to work out, look for either an emotional maturity in your person, or what seems like a growth. Seems like if the person is growing and maturing in a healthy way, because that's what you need to have this joyfulness and stability. But this is a very hopeful and happy spread with the Two Cups and the Four of Wands. And it's almost as if we move from the first beginnings of a relationship to something that we move through the gate either by cementing the relationship. I'm not going to say marriage, but we'll say cementing the relationship somehow, and we come out stronger and more mature. That is love. It's not taking too long. Let's do a general reading. Let's pull out our good old Rider-Waite. We'll do a bonus reading today for the general reading. Get the cards out. This deck I absolutely cannot shuffle completely by itself. But let's just hand over hand. So this is just a general reading for the people, for everybody, for all of us. I'm not gonna put a theme on it. I'm not gonna put a time on it. This is just general. We get what we get. Three of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Devil, key 15. This is all about kind of moving towards a future. We'll do that mostly so we can see without all that glare. Moving towards the future. The Three of Wands shows us this person kind of looking out towards the ocean, looking at these ships. What is in these ships? We don't know. He might know, he might have an idea, but he doesn't know for certain. There is some uncertainty here. They're probably his ships. He's pretty well dressed. And he's waiting. He's waiting for an opportunity. He's waiting for an idea. He's waiting for something to guide him, to push him forward. And he's wearing armor. Jesus Crow, 25 years. I never noticed this guy's wearing armor. He's wearing armor. There is some definite uncertainty, and he's waiting for the call. He's waiting for the call to move forward. The Eight of Cups, he's moving. He's gone. He's leaving behind. And I think together, what they show us, if we decide that these two characters are the same, someone got tired of waiting. Someone got restless. Someone needed to move forward despite what they're leaving behind. He might feel like he can come back to it. But with the Devil card, I'm going to guess they can't really come back to it. At least not as the same person. This adventure, this moving towards the future, may take us into some dark places. And that's always the case. You really need to be prepared for it. These cups may not be waiting for you at the end of the line. At least not stacked up the way you left them. I'm not going to offer any advice because if the Devil card weren't here, I might say, yes, it's time to go. But the Devil card is here. It's up to you. It's up to you to decide what your risks are and how much you're willing to lose and risk and potentially not have when you come back. It might, the Devil card is telling us that you, us, me, we are not going to come back from this adventure the same person to the same situation. Kind of like leaving your hometown and then going back after, you've gone through your college and your career, you've married, divorced, whatever, and then you go back home and you aren't the same person and what you left behind is not the same. Buildings might be the same, the people might still be there, but it's just not, you can't go home again, as they say. So those are our 3 readings plus 1. I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear some feedback below. If you are enjoying this video, or my videos in general, like and subscribe. We're going to keep doing this, I think. I really enjoy these community readings. I really enjoy doing this theme as opposed to, pick a pile or doing it for an individual person. But sometimes I do that. I do like to put out a call. I will sometimes put out a call to someone or put a call out. And people get back to me and say, could you read for me for this or that? And those are fun too. So if you would like one of these more individual reading on my channel, leave me a comment or send me an email or a private message. The reading will be on my public channel. I would definitely keep everything anonymous. But we can do that if you have something specific you'd like a reading for. All right, everybody, thank you, and you have a fantabulous day. Bye.